What is that on the hill above town? How can you get there? I wonder what the view is like. Join me as we explore the hiking trails above Ajijic, visit the serene chapel, and enjoy the panoramas along the way. Welcome to Living La Vida Lakeside, where I profile the people, places, activities, and organizations that make this area so special. Our adventure starts just outside the Oxo in Ajijic at the intersection of Galeana and the Carretera. The cross street shown at the intersection is Emilias, but that leads to the lake, while Galeana goes towards the mountains. I started a trail recording before heading up Galeana so we can check the full hike duration and difficulty when we get back. With the target in sight, we headed up Galeana, taking in the sights as we went along. You need a place to stop about halfway up the hill. There's this nice little bench at the corner. Take advantage if you need. Yes, bananas are landscaping here lakeside. We've reached the top of Galeana where it turns to the right. The trail starts on the left. Be sure to enjoy one of your first nice views of the broader area and prepare for many more. I started a second trail recording right at the trailhead. Let's head up to the chapel and check the recording when we return. Not far after you start on the trail, there'll be a little spur. You don't want to go this way. You want to keep going straight ahead along the wall. And don't forget to continue to look out towards the lake as your views change going up the hill. Every step is a new vista. Coming up the trail, you'll get to a switchback, and be sure that you turn towards the right. But stop for a moment to enjoy the view. Because this trail is all about the views. And the chickens this morning. You'll see many stations of the cross along the trail leading to the chapel. The trail is fairly consistent, with a few places, like this corner, where it's been built up a bit. You're going to see a number of little side cuts that people take, but stay on the main trail. In this case, it's straight ahead. If the diversion seems steeper and rockier, it's probably not the way to go. So stay on the main path. Another example of a switchback that you shouldn't follow forward, but instead continue to switch back along the main trail to get to the chapel. This is the steepest step up on the trail to the chapel, which is 3 good-sized steps up in order to go up or down the trail. Other than that, it is fairly consistent from a slope perspective with little steps. We've arrived at the chapel. You can continue further up the mountain and hike for hours, but here is a good target for your first hike lakeside. Murals decorate Ajijic, with this chapel being no exception. The views of Ajijic and Lake Chapala are fantastic. Be sure to linger for a bit to enjoy them. If you're observant and quiet, you might find that you're not alone. Once you're done resting and enjoying the view, simply return via the same trail. The way down might seem anticlimactic, but I'm always discovering new vistas and things I missed on the way up. So take your time and don't rush down. Take a more relaxed pace and see what new things you can spot. as you're coming down, right after this station, will be another switchback. This is probably the most confusing of the switchbacks because the trail forward is pretty popular. And it's a reasonable option that you can take if you want to make a larger loop through town or came up from the west side of Ajijic instead of coming up Galeana. But when you get here, make sure, if you want to go back to where you started, that you turn left and continue down the trail this direction. Or you'll get to explore more of Ajijic. In the summer, during the rainy season, not only would this be green, but you'd probably get a flow of water and might get your boots wet as you go by along the trail. This is not the trail, but the water would cross the trail right here. Here's a series of small trees with little rock circles to hold in a bit of water. I missed all of them on the way up. Notice how the tree has grown around the barbed wire, another small detail to look for. So coming down, we get to this lovely tree that's been here a very long time. And here's where that first potential right turn that you shouldn't take comes back in. So if you find yourself in an intersection here next to the big tree, make sure that you're not going up that route. On the way down, you just continue to follow the wall on your right. On the way up, follow the wall on your left. And now we're coming back down the trail from where we started. From the end of Galeana to the chapel took me about an hour at a slow, comfortable pace to cover the 1.2 kilometers or about 1.3 miles round trip. The elevation gain was about 95 meters or roughly 310 feet with a fairly even grade along the trail. Now let's head back down Galeana to the carretera to check the distance of the hike from there and to see all the things I missed along Galeana on the way up. Pomegranates grow in lawns too. We end our hike at this mural across Galeana from the Oxo. Let's turn off the other recording and see what the total trip looked like. The full, leisurely trip took 1.5 hours and burned around 600 calories. It was a 3-kilometer or about 1.9 mile round trip with about 120 vertical meters or 400 vertical feet from the carretera to the chapel and back. Now you're set for your first hike up the mountain's Lakeside. I went during the peak of the dry season. Go again during the rainy season of summer or early fall, and it will be a completely different, lush hike, but with fewer vistas. If you'd like to see more of me hiking, or for me to feature some of the local hiking groups in future videos, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for supporting the channel, and be sure to like and subscribe for the best of Lakeside activities, organizations, and attractions. Until next time, enjoy living La Vida Lakeside. Hasta la próxima!